Oklahoma, a personal friend of Tommy the Duke Morrison. That's right, that's Andy Hudson, 6 foot 6 inches tall. He moves one step towards the title of Bad News Slugout. We'll be seeing more from Andy Hudson in the following weeks here on this TV station. By the way, call all your friends and neighbors and tell them that the Bad News Slugout television network is on the air right now. You know, Bad News Slugout has 3 weight categories. We're getting ready to go to an outstanding lightweight fight. That's right. Ray Horn from Miami, Oklahoma. He's 6 foot 1 inches tall, weighs 165 pounds. We'll be getting ready to take on Robert Watt from Westville. He's 5 foot 10, weighs 161 pounds. Right now, let's throw it to the locker room and Tim Taylor for these updates from these 2 fine fighters.
Action.
Tim Taylor with Ray Horn and his manager, Trip Armstrong. Ray, why did you decide to enter the Bad News Slugout?
Seemed like something to do. I've learned a lot coaching these kids. Figured I'd come up here and try my luck.
Have you ever entered a boxing match before?
No.
First time?
Tough man.
Tough man?
I used to fight when I was 11 or 12 years old.
And you've been fighting ever since?
Well, I only fought one tough man. That was in Springfield. I won that one, so I figured I'd come up here and get this one.
Trip, what kind of training has your man done?
Well, he does some road work. He works in a lumber yard, so he gets a pretty good workout every day, lifting boards and that sort of thing. And like I said, he's coached boxing for 7 years. So I think he's got the technique, he's got the style, the speed. He knows his way around the square circle, and I think he'll do real well. I think he's going to take the money home tonight.
Ray, you have a tough opponent in the first round.
It's all right.
You ready for him?
Yeah, he's got one too.
Okay.
It's my man.
And Ray Horn, a confident fighter. Thank you very much.
Now here's Tim Taylor in Locker Room C talking to Robert Watt.
Robert, is this kind of a one-shot deal for you, or are you hoping to go farther with this?
I'd like to go a lot farther.
What is your goal out of fighting?
I'd like to one day be a professional champion.
Go all the way, huh? Not just
Yeah.
amateur, but we're talking even farther than that.
Yeah.
We're going to bring in Tegan here. Tegan is Robert's manager. Now, Tegan, what kind of training has Robert done for this?
Robert's one of my new fighters. We're going to see how far we can take him. I see a lot of natural talent. The way Robert works out, the way he runs, the way he hits the bag, shows that raw talent.
What kind of strategy should we look for out of Robert tonight?
A lot of jab, a lot of straight punches. He's real strong in the straight punch.
Robert, what does it feel like when you get out in that ring in front of thousands of people? What goes through your head?
I don't even think about the people. I'm just looking at the guy in front of me.
Just concentrate on the matter at hand, huh? Okay, well, we'll see how you do out there.
Boy, great round one action coming at us now. We've got 2 great fighters, Robert Watt, who comes from Westville, Oklahoma, and Ray Horn in the black trunks with the white trim from Miami. And now, Mark, tell us more about it.
Ray Horn and Robert Watt getting ready to square off here on our second event of the evening on the Bad News Slugout Television Network. Ray Horn in the black trunks with the white trim. Watt in the black trunks. If you're watching it with black and white TV, you might have trouble differentiating, but right now they're getting after it. Bad News Slugout with many things to tell you about this evening. Please, if you're up right now, tell all your friends to tune in to this TV station. We've got the best fight action you can find anywhere in the world. Ray Horn and Robert Watt, first round of action. 2 lightweights on the Bad News Slugout. Oh, a crushing blow to the head of Robert Watt. He takes a fall to the mat cover, but he's back on his feet. Ray Horn taking another look. Clobbers him a couple of times in the head, using the jab effectively on Robert Watt. Ray Horn dealing out the punishment. Watt now trying to tie him up on the midsection. Referee Clyde Baca calls him off. That will count against him. Watt trying to assemble some offense, but having a hard time doing so.
30 seconds left in round one.
Ray Horn and Robert Watt, the second fight here. First round of the Bad News Slugout. Right here on this TV station. Where will be next week and many weeks to follow. Oh, Robert Watt on the canvas. The referee Clyde Baca taking a close look. This is the second time he's been. That's all of it, Coach. Your winner is Ray Horn. We'll be back with more right after this. An outstanding victory for Ray Horn here on the Bad News Slugout. Once again, we're sure glad you're with us. We've got a lot of things to cover this evening. Also, we'll be giving you the address where you can get those Bad News Slugout videos, as well as T-shirts and ball caps. But right now, let's congratulate Ray Horn from Miami, Oklahoma, 165 pounds. he steps one step closer to the title of Bad News Slugout. You know, Bad News Slugout does everything they can to bring you the very best boxing, and we'll have a show coming in your town very, very soon. Let's set up the picture for the next fight. Another couple of lightweights. From Muskogee, Oklahoma is Bernie DeBoard. He is 5'7", 168 pounds. He's getting ready to take on a kickboxer in boxing. That's right, this man is a kickboxer, but when you're in the Bad News Slugout, you must stay with boxing rules. He'll be going up against Brandon Cole, 5'11", 182 pounds, and Brandon is from Tulsa. Right now, let's throw it to Tim Taylor with these interviews from Bernie DeBoard and Brandon Cole. Tim?
We're talking here with Brandon Cole and his manager, Trip Armstrong. Brandon, you're a kickboxer,
Yes, that's correct.
and how does that help you here at the Bad News Slugout?
Well, just my previous experience with amateur fighting, just sort of, you know, I know a little bit what to expect, maybe more than someone else. I hope to just get in there and, you know, see what I can do.
Now, Trip, I'm afraid he might throw a knee or a leg up there accidentally.
No, Brandon's a good kid. I mean, he's a good sport. He's in this, he's a professional, or he has a professional attitude anyway about what he's doing here. He's a sportsman, but he's not going to take any kind of cheap shots from his opponents, I can promise you that. He's tag teaming with Christophe Cole, who just left. I think it's going to be a real exciting tag team match. These two guys with kickboxing and Thai boxing experience. I think the Bad News Slugout fans are in for a real show when these guys get in the ring.
Might be a little different out there with you being a kickboxer instead of just a regular boxer.
Yeah, it'd be different, yeah. But, you know, all I can do is get in there and give my best shot, you know. Try to please the crowd a little.
Do you train any differently for something like this as opposed to kickboxing?
No, not really.
Trip, how have you worked with him on that?
Well, we've just maintained his regular training regimen as far as what he's done for kickboxing for this, but we've honed his skills more towards this type of fighting in terms of sparring and that sort of thing, a little light bag work, heavy work.
Well, we know you've been successful at kickboxing. We'll see if you're successful out there in just Bad News Slugout boxing.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
We'll see you out there.
Too. Yeah,
okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tim.
Bye-bye. Do you see this as possibly a career for you, or are you just out there to have a little fun?
I think I'm still young enough to where I really put my heart to it, I could.
Only 19 years old. You got a good future ahead of you.
Yeah, if I stuck to it.
So you think you'll just keep training and just see how far it can take you?
Yeah, I may do that. It's a good opportunity.
You think it's a good opportunity for anyone to try to enter a Bad News Slugout and see how far they can go?
Yes, I do. Sure do.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing you out there.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
We're getting ready for round one action, and we have got a great one here. In the tank top, fighting out of the blue corner, Bernie DeBoard, and in the blue shorts, fighting out of the red corner, Brandon Cole. And now, Mark, take it away.
Brandon Cole and Bernie DeBoard here in round one of the Bad News Slugout. Bernie DeBoard fighting in the blue trunks. And we've got Brandon Cole fighting out of the blue trunks. Bernie DeBoard in the black top of the red trunks, and he's scoring well right now. Brandon Cole and Bernie DeBoard. The referee is Mark Breedlove, the bomber from Forum. Cole scores one to the head of DeBoard. DeBoard comes back, answers back. The young fighter seems determined to win. The Bad News Slugout. Both fighters checking each other out. Brandon Cole seems to be working the jab, throws an uppercut. DeBoard just working out of the corner. Now he answers back. Bad News Slugout Television Network, happy to be on the air, and we're glad you're watching in as Brandon DeBoard and Bernie get after it here. Coach, we got many things to talk about this hour. But there's Tommy Morrison coming up in just a little bit. And Randall Tex Cobb. He laughs funny, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. But let me tell you, you haven't even said one thing about something that only they can get at Bad News Slugout, and that's that tag team thing.
That's right, folks. Tag team boxing coming up. But right now, individual competition. And Brandon Cole seems to be on top of the rock against Bernie DeBoard.
10 seconds.
Bernie trying to do a body tackle on him. And we'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Coach Andy with a 30-second timeout to tell you about all the exciting things available to you, the home audience, from Bad News Slugout. If you want a copy of tonight's show, right here on video for only $19.95. Souvenir ball caps, these good-looking Bad News Slugout T-shirts, they're all available. Just drop us a line at 1611 South Utica, Suite 290, Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's 74104. Or pick up the phone and call us at 918-628-3000 to find out when the next Slugout's coming your way.
People everywhere discovering the all-new Keystone Chevrolet Geo, and no matter what it takes to get here, they're rushing to Sand Springs at Oklahoma's new Chevy and GM Program Car Center. Over 600 cars and trucks priced to beat the competition every time. For example, brand new 93 Cavalier, $79.88. Visit our new truck center for the largest selection of Chevy trucks. Oklahoma is finding out you get more for your money at the all-new Keystone Chevrolet Geo, 8700 Keystone Expressway in Sand Springs, Oklahoma's new Chevy leader.
Round two, Brandon Cole getting ready to fire out here. Bad News Slug out. Coach, should be a good fight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mark, nowhere else but Bad News Slug Out, the TV show, can you see this kind of fight action anywhere.
Brandon Cole in the blue trunks fighting against Barney DeBoard here in the red trunks with the black top. Brandon Cole looks like a polished boxer. He's an amateur. Does kickboxing in his spare time. Barney DeBoard has many different hobbies, and your referee is Mark the Bomber Breedlove for the Bad News Slug Out. Coming up a little bit later on this evening, we'll be talking with Tommy the Duke Morrison. Exclusive footage only on Bad News Slug Out.
You know, you mentioned that name, Mark the Bomber, and I tell you what, he is no stranger to Bad News Slug Out.
Not by any means. DeBoard takes a taste of the canvas, but he's back up, and he takes another taste. The Bomber Mark Breedlove takes a look. Does he like what he sees? I don't think he's going to call this. Nope, he's going to let it continue on. Brandon Cole, and boy, he goes down for the third time. I don't know if he's going to let this one continue. Nope, that seems to be the all of it. Let's take a look at this in replay. Exclusive Bad News Slug Out, a left jab. Means it's all over for Bernie DeBoard here at the Bad News Slug Out.
Well, Bernie, there's always next time.
Oh, what a fine victory by Brandon Cole. That lightweight's going to take another step closer to the title and to the big money of Bad News Slug Out. If you've just tuned in, we want you to call all your neighbors, friends, and relatives and tell them that the Bad News Slug Out television network is on the air. Again, if you'd like a video of tonight's program, just write 1611 South Utica, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Suite 290, 74104. If you'd like the video that you're seeing right now, just be sure and write 1611 South Utica, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Suite 290, 74104. Bad News Slug Out on the air this week, next week, the next week, and the next, and we want you with us each and every week. We've got a fine fight coming up right now for you. Bo Arthurs is 5'10", 191 pounds. He's a welder from Salina, Oklahoma. He's getting ready to square off against an Army recruiter. That's right, Clarence Darby. He weighs in at 180. He's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Both men want the big